right.
All right. I think as a beat reporter, the biggest thing to understand is that you don't have to report everything that you know. I would argue that it may only be 10% of the things that you know. As a former beat reporter, I knew that I needed to develop a level of confidence with my sources, which doesn't mean that you're not reporting the news, but there are times when you've got to kind of filter and understand what is salacious and what is newsworthy. On the other hand, now as a school board member and having to deal with beat reporters, I think we have developed a good relationship where there are things that I can tell him that are off the record without having to stop and say on the record, off the record every 5 minutes. I think as a journalist, you've got an obligation to get the news, and you've got to understand what you're writing. And there are times where you may get news for a second story today that you may not run for another 2 weeks. And so having some patience and understanding that everything that you get doesn't necessarily mean you have to print it every day is, I think, the best advice I can give for a beat reporter.